Capron DM. Has anyone ever even heard of this? I haven't, and I've been a pharmacist for over 7 years now. And this is something that I kind of stumbled upon by accident. I was looking for different unique medications to review for you guys, and I had found this on the FDA website. And I was like, well, what in the world is this? And I immediately looked it up, and I had a local pharmacy special order it for me. So I'm really excited to share with you guys this very unique, ultra rare medication that I've never seen before in my life. And I didn't even know what one of these ingredients were. So if you're interested to find out about Capron DM, probably the best, rarest cough syrup around, stick around and I'll help you out. I'm Grant Harding. I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and I'm a drug pricing expert, and I like to review medications to help you guys make better, more informed decisions when you're buying medications. So this medication here, the Capron DM, this is very special to me because this contains 2 ingredients, and you don't see this combination very often. At least I didn't even know that you could get this without a prescription. There are some similar ones that you can get with a prescription. So what we're looking at here is a combination of dextromethorphan 7.5 milligram and pyrilamine maleate 7.5 milligram per 5 ml. And this dextromethorphan, this is a very common cough suppressant. I mean, you can buy that anywhere, including Dollar Tree, and that works in the brain, and it sort of helps your brain kind of not recognize, I guess would be the easiest way to put it, the urge to cough. It inhibits the cough in a way. And my opinion on dextromethorphan is it's somewhat effective. You know, it's better than nothing. But the pyrilamine, this is very odd. Pyrilamine is an antihistamine, and first generation at that. And we rarely ever see pyrilamine. In fact, the only time I know of it existing outside of this combination is for something called Midol for cramps. I had no idea that this even was a thing outside of Midol. So here we have a cough suppressant, which makes sense, obviously, and an antihistamine. Now, what is the antihistamine doing in there? Well, as it turns out, this is personal, because one time I had a cough that was ruining my life. I mean, I could not get a single moment of sleep during the night. And it was to the point where I was losing work. Like, I couldn't work. I mean, I would stay awake all day. I couldn't function or I would stay awake all night. I couldn't function during the day. And me and this physician assistant were going back and forth, and finally we found out it was an allergy. I was an allergic cough. Here we were trying to suppress a cough whenever all we had to do was treat the allergy. So this is really special to me. The fact that this is a cough suppressant with essentially an allergy med. And I think that's a great tactic for treating a cough, because you're treating the cough and also potentially a symptom. Now let's take a look at this bottle. We have the great little NDC up there. Very beautiful, love to see it. Capron DM. There is a generic version of this, but I had one of our local pharmacies order this for me, Porter's Pharmacy in Moon, Pennsylvania. And I got them to get me the brand name just because I thought it would be easier to make a review about it. And this was expensive, by the way. A 473 ml bottle was $50. So people want to know, why isn't this more common? Well, that's part of the problem right there. You know, that's a lot of money, I think, for a cough medicine. But I believe this really works. Sugar-free, alcohol-free, dye-free, gluten-free, nice. Each teaspoonful contains, like I said, 7.5 milligram of dextromethorphan. And I love this. There is a syntax error on this label. They misspelled milligram. So technically there's 7.5, is that mole or meter? I'm not really sure. It just has a lowercase m there. And I noticed that, and I thought that was pretty comical. This is from our boys at Capital Pharmaceutical, and they're out of Powell, Ohio. And I think once they find out that that is misspelled, they're going to change it immediately. But I don't know if I don't have any way of getting in contact with them. Like I said, this is super, super rare. I've never seen it. A couple folks told me that some pharmacies do carry it. I've never seen it before myself. So, I mean, with this, you're going to have, the standard instructions. Don't take with an MAOI. That's pretty common for anything with dextromethorphan in it. And I believe this pyrilamine, being first generation, may cause a bit of drowsiness. So that may be something that we should probably consider. Anyway, the directions here, 4 teaspoonfuls for someone like myself. Now, I have actually had a cough recently, and I am excited to give this a try. So let's try this candy apple flavor Capron DM liquid out. The liquid is completely clear. I don't know if you can see that. Just trust me. It just looks like water, really. Okay, something I noticed after the fact, they don't have a measuring cup. So I had to use one of my measuring sticks from my from my kitchen, like I was baking something, to get 4 teaspoons. Let's see if this helps. I mean, I can definitely see where they're going with that candy apple flavor, but it has a little bit of a bite to it, almost kind of like an acidic feeling. Like if maybe somewhere between like eating a lemon. A lemon's more like bitter. It's more like eating a very mild pepper. There, it just made me cough. That's not good. Okay. Yeah, that's not the best tasting. Not the worst either, but I mean, you don't take medicine because you think it's going to taste good. So let's see how this works. I'll give this let's give it an hour. I think it should be good by an hour. It's been about an hour and 20 minutes, and I definitely feel the cough suppressant activity working. Like if I try to cough, like I actually have to try. Like it's definitely not something that's going to happen spontaneously at this point. Now the pyrilamine, that you call that an anticholinergic effect of drowsiness that happens with the first generation antihistamines. I don't really feel that. I don't feel any drowsiness at all, which I guess would be a good thing. So, I mean, my experience has been very, very good with this so far. The only thing I would say is if you do want to try it, first of all, it's very expensive. Second of all, it's hard to find. You're going to have a pharmacy special order it. And third of all, you probably will get drowsy. I mean, I'm not surprised this didn't make me drowsy. That typically doesn't really happen to me most of the time. But bear in mind, just because it didn't happen to me, it doesn't mean it won't happen to you. Well, update. It's been about 2 hours, and I feel so tired I could take a nap right now. But before I lay down, I wanted to at least look at this or show you guys this. Look, it says pyrilamine, first generation antihistamine. Medication has a negligible anticholinergic effect, but it has 130,000-fold selectivity for H1 receptor over the muscarinic. For comparison, diphenhydramine has a 20-fold selectivity, so it's super, super selective for the histamine receptor. But it says it has a negligible anticholinergic effect. That is not my experience at all. I feel like I could fall asleep standing up right now. But then look at this. I know this is Wikipedia, by the way, so it's not the greatest thing in the world. But like, look at this. I don't really. I mean, this is the National Institute of Health, so I would think that this is like incredibly relevant. And this is pyrilamine, first generation antihistamine. However, it rapidly permeates the brain and so often causes drowsiness as a side effect. It's used over the counter, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, this is basically saying that, I mean, it does cause drowsiness. And then the Wikipedia article is like, well, not really. But then this one's like, you're going to get drowsy. So, based on my experience, you're getting pretty drowsy on this one. Didn't hit, it took a while. It took a while. Like, at first, I was fine. And then it, like, hit me like a brick. It does say here, by the way, mild hypnotic and some local anesthetic action.
A lot of people were mentioning that whenever you talk about Midol. So apparently it does have some like pain relieving properties, and that's why it's in Midol. Anyway, just wanted to update you guys on that. I'm gonna go take a nap now.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that very educational and entertaining video. We'll see you around next time.